This is a story and it's a bit of a rappity rap. It's about my good friend Jeff and a day that really wasn't crap. We were snorkeling in the Bahamas and having lots of fun when we saw a great big starfish, and so the story has just begun. We went out of the water with our snorkels on and reminisced on that time that we were having lots of fun while snorkeling in the Bahamas when we saw a big starfish while we were underwater using our snorkels to breathe air. This one time I watched the news and an interesting story was on about two friends on holiday cooling off from the hot sun. They were exploring underwater using snorkels for their lungs, or else they would drown, and snorkels are your mum. Snorkels are really good for when you need to not drown. They are good for breathing air. This will stop you from frowning. Bing and bong. Snorkeling all day long. You might find a starfish if you listen along to the song. Snorkeling is such fun. Snorkeling up your bum. I fell over on the beach and I dropped my snorkel on the floor. When I picked it up, it reminded me of a time once lost when I was with my friend called Jeff in the sea with snorkeling on in the seesaws with my snorkel on in the sea. Snorkeling is the practice of swimming on or through a body of water while equipped with a diving mask, a shape breathing tube called snorkel, and usually swim fins. Swim fins, sneeze snails. In cooler waters, a wetsuit may also be worn. Use of this equipment allows the snorkeler to observe underwater attractions for extended periods with relatively little effort and to breathe while face down on the surface of the sea snails and seesaws on the water, snorkeling all day long with my friend Jeff. We were speaking to a person on the beach called a man Bob. His name was actually not Bob, it was Steve or Janice or Stephen. They were talking about how they were just in the sea and saw a great big starfish while they were wearing their snorkels and having so much fun, like when they were on holiday in the Eiffel Tower and reading a brochure that was talking about the safety of wearing a snorkel and breathing underwater, because if you don't wear one then your lungs will fill up with water and it will be a disaster. You won't live happy there ever after if you're not wearing your swimming PPEs. You will catch a sea disease. I really can't wait for this year's Christmas dinner, cause I'm gonna tell my family about when me and Jeff were on holiday in the Bahamas with our sea bananas riding on the waves. Then we were snorkeling underneath the water, top of the water, when we could go down, and we swam a bit down and we found an interesting thing that looked like a star but it was a bit more like a fish. And when we were eating our Christmas dinner, the fish reminded me of this starfish and it made me not to want to put it on my dish anymore, because the starfish I really truly adored and I don't want to put that in my body, which is why I use a snorkel to breathe air, otherwise the water will consume me and I will not be able to breathe anymore. I like sunbathing on the beach. I like to teach little kids about the safeties of not to drown underwater, which is what we do. We've got to teach you.
Hey there, friend. Can I get
a moment of your time? Are you the one they call the Snorkel Fin? Yeah, we've heard you round these parts. You've done some things that... well, why don't you just tell us about it? Yes, I am the man, the Snorkel Fin man that did all those interesting things with my name Jeff under the sea with my snorkel on A to B, C, D, A, F, C, A, C, D, C. Yes. Yes, please. TNT. Oh, yes. I did things that are not related to the things that are definitely related to your things that you are talking about. In the things that when I go up and down my stairs it hurts my knee sometimes because I fell over on the ice. It was a bit like that time where I would have maybe fallen underwater and hurt my knee, but I didn't do that because I was just swimming with my friend Jeff and I didn't really lose my breath because I was wearing my snorkel on and it helped me breathe while I was under the surface of that liquid stuff. You muff. There's a lot of arguing these days, but the thing is, if you just smoke a little less purple haze while you're under the water, then you won't drown so much. Because when you're on drugs or alcohol or substances of such, you will drown underwater unless you have a really, really long snorkel that even if you hit the floor of the water that you're on, the snorkel is still out of the top of the water, helping you to breathe from the CO2 that is in the air, going through the tube of the snorkel into your lungs and stopping them filling up with water and making you drown. You could do that. But if you're too far under the water pressure will make you explode and corrode away anyway you gay. Why don't you do these things that I say? Just stay near the top in the little rock pool and find a big starfish. His name is Jim and he's gonna do something crazy like go back in time to like the time that me and Jeff were under the water with our snorkels on when we having a good time and we saw a big starfish. We took a picture of it so we could remember this time and tell our grandchildren that good time that we had, that we never want to forget, that when we saw the big starfish it was the best time of our life. It did the opposite of making me want to slit my wrist with a knife. In fact, I wanted to unslit my wrist with a knife, if you know what I mean. So there you have it. That was my small little story, my short story that was about starfish and breathing underwater in a safe environment. There was absolutely no exaggeration. Wear your masks, do less masturbation underwater. You might get stung by a bee and hit by a mortar. I'll give you a 5-star merit if you get your correct PPE right when you're under the sea, right? I will transform into an underwater submarine as opposed to the ones that are above the water that carry people from A to B like Australia to Japan. I'm very bold in my unfortunate land that I live in my interface. You are a disgrace to my face. I am a wolf when the moon comes out and a pipe bursts. Let's shake it all about. Clinical decay, employ me anyway. Attraction, I've got an attraction to the reaction. Insert my starfish into your dish. It will form a snorkel-like kiss on your face, like a neutral case of her decay. Clueless, let's have world peace, or we will all be pooless, cause the toilet roll is running out and it all comes back to the day me and Jeff were hanging out. Cause before we were doing the shit under the sea, all the shit was going on and everyone was taking the toilet roll away from me. You and me, you and me, you and me. I have a friend named Amber, but I stabbed her because she was not wearing a snorkel, and I find that racist, to be honest with you. I'm a mastermind. I will impress you with my rap sister. I've got the rap fever. I'm coming out you like a Justin Belieber. development of my rhyme style in other directions. I curl up like a little ball when I get kicked, and I like to run away because you scare me. I like to venture out of your decay. Don't hit me with a glass bottle, I will choke you with my tail. I will put a foundation between me and you, like a barrel of rum or starfish juice that you've made on your Christmas dinner, because you are a meat-eating sinner. Yeah, I'm gonna adopt a snorkel today. I'm having too much sun exposure. I'm happy that I don't know ya. The policy of my rhymes is very rational, and I take much care to extend the snacks that I'm eating as the consumer of my organisation. My hippity hop hop, don't worry like a robot. I'm in a hurry like a really quick robot. I quantify, and the quantity of my raps is just unbelievable and will not ever run out. There's no faults, and I can't short them like a short system circuit excavation. Yeah. Selection of different snorkels and different colours. I put them together like they're no one's brothers. Oh, I've got a handicap when I speak. I'm riding under the water, it's very bleak. I need some medicine, put me back in the fucking place where they look after me, 'cause I can't fucking do things anymore. I tried to get my bike chain out of sea. It was near some poo, but I couldn't breathe, 'cause I'm not very good at breathing underwater, being a human and not a fish or a shark. Therefore I put my snorkel on and I went into the sea to get my bike chain out, which my friend Dan put in there, fucking prick. He did it for a laugh, he thought he was having a bath, but that wasn't a very good excuse for it, really. It made a splurge in my brain, it made me feel not firm again. Oh no. And that is that. When I was in hospital trying to recover, I remember that time that was with my brother. Non-related, but he's my best friend called Jeff. And the only memory I have of anything that's ever happened in my entire life was that time that we were under the water with our snorkels on, breathing well because we had them on. If we didn't, we wouldn't breathe very well. Like if you were a painter or a bricklayer and you didn't have your snorkel on and you spilt the paint on your face, or you fell into a pool of cement, you just wouldn't be able to breathe. It would be like a really disgusting perfume and a bad stench. You would die slowly. You need to shower that off with some honey. Yeah, or you could just use an umbrella and get out of there. Oh, fuck this. Fuck you and fuck everyone.
All hail COVID-19. All hail COVID-19.
3,000 on the beach, having a good time. Oh, with my friend Jeff from Bahamas. We're hanging out in our snorkels on the sea. We're in a good time, we're 50 on. We're singing, swimming around the water. We're having a good time, we're out near the Bahamas. Oh, we're my friend Jeff, we're our swing boom. We brought it down, yeah, I'm a sick camera, yeah. Stop.